Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going over Makita's previous flagship hammer drill driver, this model right here. We're going to go over this tool top to bottom, put it on the test track and get some numbers. Stick with us. Alright guys, so this right here is Makita's half-inch heavy-duty hammer drill driver. The model number on this one is XPH07. Its official, product model specs or whatnot is 18V LXT Lithium-Ion Brushless Cordless half-inch hammer drill driver. So like I said, the model number on this one is XPH07. This one actually used to be Makita's flagship hammer drill driver, but it was fairly recently, maybe a couple months ago, just replaced by their XPH14, which is a newer, heavier duty, shorter handle, more power type device, right? So this is their previous version. I don't think you can buy this right now. At least I don't see a way to buy this right now. There may be some people who may still have it in stock that they may be shipping, but Makita has then since discontinued this model in favor of the XPH14 model. But since we have this model here, we're going to go over this since somebody was friendly enough to lend it to us. So without too much further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the marketing hype, and then we'll bring you in closer and take a better look at it. So this one right here is Makita's XPH07. It has a brushless motor that delivers up to 1,090 inch-pounds of max torque. It has an all-metal 2-speed variable transmission, 0 to 5,500 on low and 0 to 2,100 on high for a wide range of drilling, fastening, and hammer drilling applications. On hammer drilling speeds for fast hammer drilling, it goes up to 31,500 BPM. That's actually quite fast if you compare it to a lot of the other hammer drill drivers on the market. That one is quite fast. It has an efficient brushless motor. It's electronically controlled for optimum battery energy use and up to 50% longer runtime. All metal gears and housing for maximum job site durability. Has a half-inch self-ratcheting metal chuck for improved gripping strength and durability. Compact and ergonomic design at roughly only 8 inches, 8.1/8 inch long, weighs in at a whopping 5.9 pounds with the battery, has a 3-stage LED gauge to indicate the charge level, has the XPT protection technology to resist dust and water in harsh job site conditions, and with a 4 amp hour BL1840 battery, it provides up to 35% more runtime per a charge, based on other tools and stuff they may have it going with. And if you were to find a way to buy this model from an authorized retailer, since it is discontinued, they still offer it with a 3-year warranty on the tool, okay? So capacity on masonry wise, they say it goes up to 5/8 inch. Capacity on steel roughly rated for about 1/2 of an inch. Capacity on wood rated for up to 3 inches. And total battery charge time using, if you're using a 4 amp hour battery and using their fast optimum charger, it'll take roughly around 40 minutes, okay? So looking at this, one of the things that immediately jumps out is how long this side handle is, okay? So when somebody was putting this together and trying to figure out the optimum handle length to get maximum stability and all that fun stuff, somebody probably figured out in some mathematical formula saying this drill being this powerful, 1,090 inch-pounds of torque, right, probably needs a super long handle. So I believe in the history of all the drill drivers that I've ever used or even seen, right, this one probably has, or if not, maybe holds the record probably for the longest side handle attached to any regular sized drill driver, okay? So that one is interesting. I will go ahead and tell you, since we do have the 14 model, that the 14 model is actually quite shorter, and I believe the 14 model is probably about the size of the XGT GPH01 model. So this one right now obviously sticks out this much, but it does have a lot of torque, so it is good. If you don't know, the longer the handle is, it's to a certain extent the easier it is to control. While we have the handle here, real quick, we'll go ahead and show you. There's a little drill stopper knob, that rod that you can go in there. That kind of sticks out, and you can kind of use it, for instance, we didn't get that from the person we brought it from because I don't think they really use this for that. You put it in here and you can hold it down, figure out how far you need to drill. That way when you're drilling, you don't have to worry about how far you're drilling, because this stopper rod will actually stop it for you. But anyways, this one attaches by, you screw it on, right? And then you spin it to take it off, okay? And as we already mentioned, this drill handle, I think only works on this one right now. It doesn't work on the XPH14, at least the one that I reviewed earlier. So anyways, keep that in mind, okay? So now with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the drill. So obviously if you're holding the drill, this is the left part of the drill, and obviously it says Makita, and on this one, it actually only says brushless right here, right? Like on the XPH14 model, it would have brushless here, 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 and all kinds of places, just so that they knew you knew it was brushless. But in this case, it's only there, okay? So also on this side, there is a standard pretty much drill selector here. Doesn't really seem to have any issues, at least in the short couple of times that I've used it. It does have LED lights. It has got two lights, one light on here and one light on here, which is actually interesting because, you know, on a lot of drills, you actually see just one big light or two right in the middle or right here, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this LED light, right? So this has a 3-bar LED light, which is semi-interesting, mainly because all the people with Makita tools knows the Makita batteries usually have 4-bar LED light, right? But on the tool, they decided to go with a whopping 3 LED bar lights. So that's interesting in itself, okay? Other thing going on here is all this black stuff here is rubber overmold. Like I said, pretty much standard Makita grip, standard Makita build quality, standard Makita feel as you're using this. When I talk about feel, I really mean the feel of the tool in your hand and also the feel of the same level of refinement as you feel in most Makita tools when you are using them, okay? So with that being said, here is the variable speed trigger. Right now, let's move it to low, and we'll show you the variable speed trigger on low. I mean, just listen to the sound of that. The sound of that just sounds refined, right? Move it to high. So that's what it sounds like on high, okay? And like I said, not too much other stuff going on here. No frills, no thrills, okay? The other thing going on here is you have a belt clip. It is easily removable, one Phillips head screw, and you can attach to this side if you did want to. Moving around to the back, no emblems or marketing stuff going on back here. There is a standard, like most Makita drills have, like a little area where you clip a lanyard or something like that in case you were working up on scaffolding or ladders or roofing or what, for whatever reason you needed to put something there. I generally don't do that. I guess whoever else is using this probably doesn't do this either, but I would assume it probably didn't come with that. I think you do have to buy those separately. Also, moving around to the right side of the drill, nothing too much going on there, no frills, no thrills, pretty standard Makita stuff. You hold it right, standard thing. The selector switch is obviously right here, and as we already pointed out here, here's the collet metal gearbox for where you attach the side handle. Okay, so now moving around to the top. On the top here, gear selector switch 1, 2, right? This also has, like the XPH14, 2 collets for selections, right? So hammer drill mode, then they also have a drill mode, then they have a screwdriver mode, which pretty much just engages this clutch setting here. So on this one, the clutch will go all the way from 1 all the way to 21, okay? And it generally works pretty well. It's not electronic clutch, so you don't have to worry about delay in actually the clutch kicking in as you do with some electronic clutches. But on this one, generally works pretty well. On this here, the tool actually has a metal chuck, which is actually good, and it is a ratcheting metal chuck, all right? So let's drill that down for you real quick. Watch this. There we go. All right. So if you look at it or listen to it, it does ratchet down. In the couple times I've used this, I did notice this metal what do you call chuck is actually sometimes really awkward. Sometimes it'll lock and sometimes it won't lock. Okay. I'm not sure if you noticed it there, but it actually turned a little bit while I was trying to ratchet it down. So it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen every once in a while, and that's more than enough to be a little bit annoying, especially if you're, you know, trying to work faster, get stuff done or whatnot. You can obviously loosen it down. Let's see if we can get it to happen again. Just undo it real quick. Right? All right, so let's see if it happens again. Watch. Oh, didn't happen that time. I don't know if we can get it to happen again. It's going to be one of those things where it only happens when you're actually trying to show somebody, right? Nope, didn't happen there either, but every once in a while, like I said, it won't hold and it won't engage. But it doesn't happen too often, but once in a while I'll do that, but it does get pretty annoying, okay? So anyways, other than that, not too much other stuff to go over on here, except let's talk about this bottom part here real quick. Bottom part, as you do in most Makita tools, has, you know, pretty much 2 Joe inserts here to hold or reduce the vibrations to the battery, and the battery engagement terminals back here, okay? So other than that, that's all you really get with this tool. And then now let's see if we can go ahead and put it on a track and get some numbers. All right, y'all, hope y'all caught those numbers because those numbers went by really fast. All right, so let's go ahead and get a recap, okay? So with this XPH07 brushless hammer drill paired with a 5 amp hour Makita LXT battery on the 5/16 inch by 6 inch lag test, on the first run, it came in at 2.15 seconds at a peak torque of 109. Second run, 2.05, peak torque 96, and 3.33 with the peak torque of 106. And on a third run, it didn't go in all the way, and once we can had to start it up like a couple times after that. Anyways, the important thing is that the average of the 3 runs comes in at 2.51, and the peak torque of the average pretty much comes in at right around 103.67, okay? The other important thing to note here is that this drill was actually able to drive those 5/16 inch lag bolts on speed 2, which currently we have not yet had a drill be able to do that just yet, okay? All right, moving on to the 1/2 inch by 8 inch lag test. On the first run, came in at 9.17 with a peak torque of 354. Second run, 7.07, peak torque 200. Third run, 7.4 with a peak torque of 318. The average of the 3 runs comes in at 7.88 with the peak torque average of 290.67. And as you probably saw on the first run, it didn't go in all the way in one shot. We did have to start it up again. We usually give it no more than 3 additional attempts to do that. But anyways, it was able to do that. It did have to do it in speed 1, as you would expect for almost all drills running a 1/2 inch lag. All right. So moving on to 3/4 inch auger test, it will first run 5.23 seconds, second run 5.15 seconds, and the average of the two comes in at 5.19 seconds. So that's actually really fast, all right? And it was actually able to do it on speed 2, okay? So 2 of the challenges it was actually able to do on speed 2. Moving on to the masonry, half-inch masonry test. First run 5.06, second run 4.12, third run 3.49. Average of the 3 runs comes in at 4.22, okay? So the peak torque out of all the tests and stuff that we've done, the peak torque measured out of this device was 354 inch-pounds. And as I pretty much already said it in some of the other videos, that peak torque measuring device thing, the inline torque adapter thing, I'm not sure how accurate it is on a drill going at high speeds and stuff like that. I'm sure it's definitely more accurate if you're going like slow with like a ratchet socket type device. Anyways, that's how we're using it, but just take it for what it is. I'm sure whatever way that we're not using it right, or it's being not implemented right or whatnot, it's going to be the same across all of them. So who knows, you could probably take those numbers as is also. So to get the peak or to get the total performance score, we actually add up the averages of the 5/16 inch lag, the half-inch lag, and the 3/4 inch lag, or 3/4 inch auger to get the peak total number. So the peak the total performance number of this XPH07 Makita drill comes in at 15.58, okay? And this is the 3rd episode in the series, and so far this is the only drill that has been able to complete all the challenges, and it was actually able to do it on speed 2, so we'll keep that in mind, okay? Not sure how long it's going to be on the leaderboard, you know, coming up with some of the other heavy-duty drills or whatnot that we come up with that we're going to be testing. So it's going to definitely be a challenge because it was able to do it on a higher speed than, and I'm not sure if all the other drills are going to be able to do it on a higher speed, okay? As also mentioned, we actually take the measurement of when the bottom of the socket hits the lumber, mainly because it's kind of hard to figure out when exactly the lag bolt head is actually hitting the lumber, and we do that across all the tests. And we do not include the masonry numbers in the total performance score, mainly because anyone doing any serious masonry work is going to be using a dedicated SDS hammer drill, okay? Also, some of the drills aren't going to be hammer drills. Anyways, the point is, what can we really say about this drill, okay? So this Makita XPH07 is actually a great drill, okay? It was their flagship drill for many, many years, I think, and only recently replaced by the XPH14, I believe, or something like that, which actually is more powerful, more compact, shorter handle. I think it allegedly has less issues or whatnot, okay? So would I go out and buy this drill? Actually, I don't think I can really answer that, mainly because I don't think this drill really exists on the market right now in terms of you can go buy it from authorized retailer, right? Unless they just have some in stock, mainly because it's discontinued. If you have this drill and you're trying to figure out if you can upgrade into another drill or whatnot, we'll probably have to wait for some more episodes to figure out how this drill really stacks up. But I'm going to go ahead and say this drill is actually probably really one of the more powerful drills out there, at least in the quote-unquote big 3 lineup, right? So you can't really go wrong with this drill. If you're looking to upgrade, you're probably not going to get a huge upgrade in terms of performance. Sure, there's probably going to be better drills out there that will give you a little bit better performance, but not by too much. If you're trying to upgrade to this drill from another drill that you have, and you know, it's probably going to be pretty good, I would say. Anyways, it doesn't have, it's not without any flaws, right? Like for instance, this chuck thing I mentioned to you about, I actually showed you a little clip. I actually don't think it's the chuck problem. I think it's actually the spindle lock, where it actually doesn't hold the lock when you're actually torquing it down too much. So that may be something to keep in mind. I'm not sure if it's only on this drill or if it's problematic across all of them, but it's been pretty well so far, okay? So the other thing to really note, as most people already know with Makita, they don't play this, you know, high output battery game. They're not trying to design batteries that go like higher than 6 amp hours or like 8 amp hours or 9 or 12s or whatever. I think the biggest battery they make is the 6 amp hour battery. What they instead did, instead of playing the battery game, was actually invest into the XGT lineup, which is their 40 volt system, and they have more 18650 batteries and 21700 series batteries in that lineup also. So if if this drill was available, would I go buy it right now? No, I would not go buy it right now because there is a better, newer model of this drill out. But would I go buy that drill right now? I don't think I would go buy that drill right now either, mainly because I wouldn't really buy into the XGT lineup if you were going to go into the Makita lineup. So the GPH01, I believe, is their hammer drill driver on the 40 volt lineup, and that's the one I would buy into if you were looking to get into the Makita one. We will have to go ahead and test that one sometime in the near future. But other than that, hope this video helped you guys out. If you had any questions, let me know. Stay tuned for more episodes as we shoot more drills or more tools in our tool challenge leaderboard lineup or whatever you want to call it. Hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day and see you guys next time.